welcome to your Capricorn Blue Moon Astrology reading for July 21st. And once in a blue moon, wishes really can come true, right? And these are my little acutonics for the full moon. And we have Capricorn at 29 degrees anoretic. This is a moon that is all about completion. What are you finishing up? What lessons have you completed? And can we just be done with whatever all that was now? Capricorn, cardinal earth sign, reminds us to be grounded in reality right now, combined with Saturn, the natural ruling planet of Capricorn, going retrograde. Whew, that is really making us face our reality in kind of an unfun way. It's time to face reality and make sensible plans to chart our course ahead. And it feels like that homework assignment that is due that we totally forgot about. And now we got to stay up all night and work on our plans and our goals, big lofty goals. And something is ending, but something new has not yet begun. And I think we are all still processing everything that has happened since that massive shift that took place in 2020 that was completely related to Saturn and Pluto coming together. And now Saturn and Pluto are retrograde. It's time to go back and think about what happened, what has happened in the last 4 years. And that Saturn-Pluto retrograde, I made separate reports, I'll link in the description. And what I'm really seeing in my clients and my friends right now is complete and utter exhaustion. Raise your hand if you're feeling exhausted right now. And it seems like ever since the pandemic began, we had a lot of reserve energy to get through it. You know, I felt like I had more energy in 2020 actually, because even though things were happening and it was crazy, we had the reserve energy to keep calm and carry on, as they say. But then we pushed through crisis after crisis after crisis, and we just kept going. And it seems like we have just been in a constant state of different crisis, and now the financial crisis and inflation and financial depression. And there's just no more reserve energy left. It's like we finally hit the gas light went on and we kept driving, and now the gas tank is just completely emptied. And so many people I know just need to sort of take a break and deal with their deep level of exhaustion. And we may need to give ourselves a little bit more rest this summer, even amidst all the chaos and crazy that is going on in our world. If you can take some time out and do an energy clearing, get some distance Reiki. These are things that I offer on my website. I do Zoom distance Reiki and Zoom energy clearing. If you're feeling exhausted, check out Kamimi Healing Arts. I'll link it down below, and get yourself a session to just sort of rejuvenate yourself, because we are at a crossroads, just a pivotal crossroads on this blue moon, where something is ending and the new way has not quite opened up in our world. We're just right there in the crossroads, and there's really no reserve energy left. But this is the time to call on Goddess Hecate, who I always call on when I'm in a crossroads in my life. She is the goddess of the crossroads, and she will show you the new way forth. And this is the time to create new steps, new intentions, new paths forward, new goals. Let me know your new way forward in the comments, and I will send Reiki to your new path, because I think we're all beginning. We're all beginning again. And I like to say it all begins within. It all starts with just tapping into your inner knowing of what you should be doing and what's the new way and where's your new goal and what's the new project you're going to take on, right? And there's nothing really to do right now. We're just thinking about, we're getting ready to be ready. And that Capricorn energy is the mountain goat who will climb to the top of the peak. But right now, we just need to worry about the next step. You just take that next step forward. And when you take that next step forward, another step will, open up before you. And then you take that step. So don't worry about getting to the top of the mountain. Don't overwhelm yourself with how far you have to go on this Capricorn full moon. We're just at the crossroads. We're just trying to decide, am I going to do that mountain peak or that mountain peak? And be sure to rest along the way, because it's a long climb and it cannot be done in a single day. It can feel very overwhelming if you think about the whole climb. So all you need to think about is just the first step before you, like a child learning to walk, because we're in that Aries eclipse portal all year. We're just the baby taking its first steps into the new, into the collective awakening, into the new path forward. And here we are at the crossroads, and we're just beginning to forge a new path ahead with this 29-degree Capricorn full moon. Can you feel a big shift is happening for us all right now? And when I did my Saturn return video, I asked several of you to tell me why you would want this beautiful mahogany obsidian to help you on your path. And the stories, the heartwarming stories of just what people are going through, it really touched my heart. And there's just, the struggle is real right now with these two Capricorn. This is a Capricorn blue moon because we already had a Capricorn full moon. And Capricorn is that hard-working mountain goat. These are some hard times for so many of you. And that struggle is real. And there were 2 winners of the mahogany stone. And I have one more mahogany stone to give away. And it was Kiwi Breath. I had just really loved her story, and I shipped off her mahogany stone. And Sandra Knows also had just an inspirational, she told her story in a short, because I pull shorts, and then she commented in the shorts, just an incredible story of trials and tribulations. And I sent off these mahogany stones. And if you want to be in it to win it, there's one more stone to go. Watch my Saturn retrograde video, and then you can learn how to be in that one. And I am also going to give away this red flame carnelian stone for the Lion's Gate on 8/8. I will pick a winner on 8/8. And this I will talk about more when I get to the Lion's Gate portion, but you will definitely want, I love this stone. This is probably my best manifesting stone. If you're looking to manifest love or money during this Lion's Gate time, this is the stone for you. And I'm going to give this one away. I have about 17 of these because I love them so much. I have them sprinkled all around my healing space. And this stone could really help us right now. As I'm recording this, we have that Mars-Uranus conjunction in the ALGOL Star region happening today on July 15th. I think it's at like 5 p.m. And the Republican National Convention is just going on. And this is such an intense energy. If I was doing an astrology chart for an event and I saw Mars-Uranus conjunct in the star of ALGOL, I would say, ooh, that's not a good day for your event. No, don't do that date. But, Republicans probably don't get astrology charts when they're planning their events. So here we are. On Saturday morning, I just woke up at like 5 in the morning with this anxiety, absolute knowing that something was going to happen to Trump. It was the most wild thing. And if you are an intuitive person and you get these little psychic flashes too, I want to tap you into something that really helped me figure out what is intuition and what is just my own internal fears. Because I've been intuitive ever since I was a child. I've predicted all kinds of things happening. But then sometimes I could maybe have a dream and it's scary and I'm, full of fear and I think it's going to happen, like, oh, a friend's father's going to die, and I have it in a dream. And I really, over all these years, like, I'm in my 50s, many years of having intuitive psychic flashes, I'll tell you, this is how I can tell. Is it intuition or is it just my own fear? If I have a dream or a psychic flash, if I have no emotion about it, right? That is a psychic prediction. So, for instance, on Saturday morning, I woke up just with this knowing that something was going to happen to Trump. I had no feeling about it. I wasn't afraid. I didn't have anxiety. It was just there. Like somebody just told you the news and it was just a fact. But if I have a dream, say, we're going to go to the beach, and I have a dream that we get in a car crash on the way to the beach, and I wake up in the morning with so much anxiety and fear, that's not intuition. That's just our monkey mind, right? Just worrying, catastrophic thinking, worrying about so just play with that if you are intuitive and you're doing psychic readings. That has really helped me, because whenever I have an impression, if I have no emotion about it, no emotion, it's probably going to come true. Isn't that wild? So yeah, I had an absolute intuitive knowing that Trump was going to have something happen. And that morning I was doing the Mars-Uranus conjunction video, which I just posted. And I looked at his ALGOL Star, which is on the midheaven, where Mars and Uranus were conjunct that ALGOL Star. For Trump, it was right on his midheaven. And when you have a transit like that conjunct your midheaven, that is a sign of a predetermined event. If this is like fate and destiny, you're not going to get out of it. It's going to happen. Something is going to happen. And these are the things we just cannot control, because it is predestined. It's bound to happen. And ALGOL is the Medusa star in that Perseus star cluster. That is all about that story of Perseus and how Perseus is the one who cut Medusa's head off. And I really unpack this in an astrology report I did just after the Uvalde shootings, because that Uvalde shootings, oh my goodness, that young man who did all those horrible violent shootings, he had ALGOL Star. I think his ALGOL Star was conjunct his midheaven, but he had a strong ALGOL Star transit, and that during that Uvalde time, we were also in the last time we had an ALGOL Star. ALGOL is just a really negative, scary, like you don't want to see ALGOL Star show up for you, because it means something bad is going to happen. And it's all about head injuries, because of course Medusa got beheaded. And astrology is so fascinating, how it's just all written in the stars. If we pay attention and you start looking at your chart, you'll see everything is predetermined. There's fate, there's destiny. It's in your chart a lot of times. So watch my Mars-Uranus conjunction to learn more about that powerful transit. It's really going to be affecting us all, not just for today when it's happening, but for the next 6 months trajectory. So we are soaking in Mars-Uranus conjunction. And then we have, just before this full moon, Mars. I've got my Mars fork here. Let's just ring that one. Mars. Oh, yes, it's such a Mars day. I like Mars. Do you like Mars? It's pretty intense, but... Oh, I have a Mars-Uranus conjunction myself, so I'm pretty comfortable on this day. I'm having a good day. Mars sextile Neptune is happening just the night before this full moon. And this is an incredibly romantic blue moon. You can use Mars to tap into your heart space and light a fire there. And this Mars sextile Neptune is so romantic, and we have wishes really coming true. That's why I say this is a wishing blue moon. So don't play small. Mars wants you to be bigger. Mars wants you to go for it. Live out your dreams. Live your best life. Make the biggest wish you can, and then make an even bigger wish. Because this is a once in a lifetime chance to attain some goal, to meet your soulmate, win the lottery, or be discovered. This is such an incredibly lucky moon with Mars and the blue Capricorn moon coming together. Can you feel it? There's just some high potency manifesting magic happening on this Capricorn moon. And I do feel like we've been given a lot of lucky moons this year, so take advantage of this auspicious energy and set your intentions and release whatever is limiting you from calling in your very best life going forward. Whew, that's some strong energy. And Mars is also trine this moon. Mars is trine Pluto. Mars is trine Neptune. And trines are always those very hopeful opportunities between Mars, ambition to transform our community. That's Pluto. 0 degrees Aquarius. Pluto, 0 degrees Aquarius is community transformation, and it will happen through a mystical, magical experience. Neptune in Pisces, got to get to the ocean, and there will be a gathering of people coming together to transform their world now. And I think of like a bunch of people coming together to take psychedelics on the beach. That's what this reminds me of. Or like-minded people gathering together in a prayer for peace, meditation, doing that energy work, doing your healing, getting an energy clearing, doing a space clearing, clearing out the old to make way for the new at this powerful crossroads that is so infused with Mars and that Capricorn blue moon. And this full moon, on this full moon, Mars will also enter Gemini. Raise your hand if you're a Gemini. You are about to get your ambition. You're about to have a fire lit underneath you to get you going. And Mars and Gemini will really be lighting up our communications, fueling our fire to launch something new. Maybe you want to write a book. Maybe you're going to do a podcast, a screenplay. This is about writing, communicating, getting your word out, being on social media, really putting your face forward and being seen. And then Venus moves into Leo, which is so fun, so loving, as Venus brings her divine feminine energy to the heart of the lion and that Regulus star. And get ready to gather with your friends, have a party, do something social. Shine your Leo love light with Venus in the heart of the lion just before the sun is about to move into Leo, and we head towards that Lion's Gate, August 8th. I'm going to talk a bunch about the Lion's Gate, and this is the most potent time for manifesting that love and money that everyone wants. Love and money. These are a few of my favorite things, love and money. And on July 5th, the Cancer new moon was conjunct Sirius star, and that opened up the Lion's Gate portal that will culminate on August 8th. And I am having a Lion's Gate astrology sale right now. I'll link it below for just $88. You will get your astrology chart. I'll tell you where Sirius star shows up for you. I'll send you distance Reiki and a distance energy clearing with pendulum. It's quantum healing, baby. I can do this anytime, anywhere. I can send you healing, and I love to send healings. Even in the comments, I will send people Reiki. And for $88, you get your chart, you get the Reiki, and you get the energy clearing. I was offering Zoom readings, one-on-one Zoom readings, but those have now sold out. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much to all of you who purchased the Lion's Gate Zoom readings, and you really support my channel. I'm just a little baby channel, and I don't make money really. I'm monetized, but it's just pennies. And so when you buy a chart, you're really supporting my channel. When you like, subscribe, and you share these videos, that supports me too and just keeps me going to give these free readings. And I love to see what shows up for people near their Sirius star, because many people have these incredible planetary alignments like Sirius conjunct Venus. I just read a Sirius conjunct Venus. That is like you can manifest with your heart. And even looking at Elon Musk, billionaire, he has Sirius star conjunct his ascendant. He is wealth, right? Sirius star brings wealth and wishes coming true. And then conjunct your ascendant, he was born to manifest great wealth, and surely he has. And I also just recorded a Lionsgate healing Reiki session at the river, and I am teaching an in-person Reiki for Abundance here in Bend, Oregon on August 8th. It's a Thursday. In the Egyptian world, Thursday is a day for manifesting money and great wealth. So I thought it was really magical that the Lionsgate lands on an 8/8 Thursday this year. And I will link to that below. There's only room for 8 students. I think I have 5 spaces left for my Lionsgate Reiki class. And this is just a powerful day on that August 8th day to do any kind of energy work, Reiki, energy clearing, space clearings, meditation, yoga. You'll really want to celebrate this Lionsgate, but we're already soaking in it. Like I said, we started the Sirius star portal, opened up on that new moon Cancer when the moon conjunct the Sirius star, and the Sirius star is as close as it gets to Earth. We cannot see it in the night sky right now. It's out of visibility, but it's so close to Earth. So we're already soaking in that Sirius blue star portal, and we can tap into this energy to increase our ability to manifest. And this relates to ancient Egyptian times when that Sirius star began to rise in the night sky over Egypt, just as close to the Earth, as closest position to the Earth in July as it can be. And this would begin the time when the Nile River would begin to rise with water. And this is a sign of divine abundance when the snow melts and the water in the river begins to rise, because water is wealth. Water is wealth. And this time of our world where we are in a state of drought, at least where I live, we have so much drought. We didn't get our spring rains, and we are soon going to learn just how much water truly is our most precious resource. It's how we grow food. We need to drink water every day. We need water. Water is still wealth, even today. And the pyramids in Egypt were built to align with that Orion star constellation, where you will find the Sirius star, and the brightest blue Sirius star during this Lionsgate portal aligns perfectly with the 3 pyramids and the 3 stars. So the south pyramid aligns with Orion, and this represents Osiris and how he had that whole rebirth. And we've had this rebirth transformation in our world too. And the North Pyramid aligns with the Draco star. And the Middle Pyramid aligns with the Sirius bright blue star, which they called the Isis goddess star. So this is a real time to pray to the goddess Isis. And this Lionsgate is a time when Egyptians would tune in to receive divine messages from Isis. And it's a time when the divine feminine energy rises on our planet. And we're really feeling that with Venus rising right now. And the Egyptians would pray for good crops, for the water to feed the crops, for love and abundance. And there were so many rituals performed in ancient Egypt when that Sirius star portal aligned with the pyramid. And when Sirius shines that beautiful blue light energy over us, this energy is available to us all to tap into. Maybe you're having some energetic downloads while you sleep. A lot of times we can just tap into it while we're sleeping and dreaming, especially when you get that really deep sleep. We did a binaural music for getting that deep sleep, and I've been listening to it lately because I think summer is so loud. My neighbors are so loud. People setting off fireworks in a drought, in a desert, that's not a good idea. But when summer is loud, I listen to our deep sleep binaural, and I get the deep sleeps, and I can feel that Sirius star energy coming in. And once a year when we have this Lionsgate Sirius star activation portal, it's truly the best way to tap into this quantum healing that you can get by receiving Reiki. And you can receive Reiki with my Lionsgate Reiki video we just recorded on the river. I'm going to post that soon. And I just love to work with this red flame carnelian during the Lionsgate portal. It's just so good for tapping into your heart space and just opening your heart to receive the downloads. And this deep red color of the carnelian flame crystal was sacred to the Egyptians, who saw this stone as representing the blood of Isis. So this is such a good way. I love Isis. Do you love Isis? Isis is the goddess for creativity, fertility, and that divine feminine rising. The theme of the year can be found in this stone, which I am going to give away. If you like, subscribe, comment, you will be in it to win it. And when you comment to win this red flame carnelian, I will write your name and I'll put it in my singing bowl. This is how I love to do contests. And then I like to ring and let me know what your intention is. What do you want to manifest for the Lionsgate? And when you leave the comment down below, I will write it in a little piece of paper. I'll put it in my singing bowl and I will ring your intention into being. For this, I love the Lionsgate portal. I've been celebrating Lionsgate portal for over 13 years, teaching Reiki on the Lionsgate and doing Lionsgate Reiki healings and astrology readings. And I think it's probably one of my favorite. I'm a Leo rising, so that's probably why I get really into it. But this portal is just a wonderful time for healing. Put your crystals in the window. Put your blue, I've got the blue bottles. Put your blue bottles in the window and just let everything be infused in that Sirius star energy. Anyways, getting back to the Capricorn, I probably could have done a whole separate reading about the Lionsgate. But getting back to the Capricorn Blue Moon, we have those Pluto, Saturn, and Neptune retrogrades having a massive effect on everything that's going on and our ability to process it all. And how are you feeling? I urge you to watch my retrograde. I did Pluto, Saturn, and Neptune retrograde readings. We're getting ready for Uranus retrogrades, just going to add to the mix of the fall retrogrades coming. And I'll link below, and let's all share our coping mechanisms for retrograde. Leave your coping mechanisms in the comments for an extra chance to win that crystal, because we are going to need some serious coping mechanisms. And I have, my coping mechanism is under here. I'm doing St. John's wort tincture. I don't know if you can see it, but it's really already starting to turn red. Every summer I harvest my St. John's wort yellow flowers and I put them in a jar with a bunch of distilled vodka and I make tinctures. So in the winter, it's like drinking summer in the winter. When you get seasonal affect depression, when the days are dark, I can drink up the flowers of summer. That Hypericum is such a mood uplifter. And this year, with the election coming, I'm doing 3 extra large bottles of my St. John's wort. That's my coping mechanism. This is a mood uplifter in winter, and my spidey sense just tells me election year. I'm going to make more this year. But let me know what your coping mechanism is as we're moving into retrograde season. We're moving towards that election. It's just crazy making time. And I also want to talk about you guys have all mentioned how much you love the asteroid planets. And so I want to do a quick asteroid planet update. And we've got Pallas Athena, who just recently stationed direct in Scorpio on July 9th, just after trining Saturn going retrograde. And I talk more about this Saturn Pallas Athena trine in my Saturn retrograde video. Check that out. She is coming in like a strong cup of transformational coffee in Scorpio. And this is going to empower us to reach those big dream goals too. Pallas Athena is got the wisdom to make it all happen. And Sirius, the asteroid that rules over our crops and the farms and the farmers and the harvest and our food supply, Sirius is still retrograde, as Sirius has been retrograde since May, and Sirius won't station direct until August 26th. And this has been making it a hard year for farmers and all those floods that just destroyed the farmlands. That was so tragic in Middle America, just where that total solar eclipse crossed Middle America. And then we had all those storms and floods, and it was just devastating to the soy and corn crops. That's really going to have an impact. And we may have to plant new seeds. We may have to grow new food sources and just hope for a better late harvest when Sirius finally stations direct in late August. And we might have to grow our own food indoors, thinking hydroponics, because maybe our climate is becoming too unpredictable in our world. That's the message of that Sirius asteroid planet. And Chiron, my favorite Chiron, the wounded warrior, healer, centaur, is about to retrograde on July 26th. Write it in your calendar. He's never going to leave his home cave of Aries. He's been in Aries, Chiron in Aries, since 2019. And this means more Chiron returns. Maybe if you just had your Chiron return, Chiron's coming back to say you didn't complete your healing crisis, with an extra added intensity for all of us being born 1969 to 1976. I know you've been doing the healing work, but you're not finished yet. It's time to go back and see if there's even more healing to be done. And you might want to check your chart and check where Chiron is and see if Chiron is coming for you to make you do that healing crisis work. I have just completed my Chiron in Aries return in the last 2 years, and it is very intense. All the things come up, all the old wounds, all the stuff that you pushed down, you didn't want to deal with, it all comes up to be healed. It's a powerful process. It's our homework, and you're not getting out of it. And then Vesta, the goddess of love and devotion, is keeping us calm through these storms in Libra. She's like a healing salve for our relationships, and Vesta in Libra brings peace. And we could all use this harmonious energy on our planet right now with that intense Mars-Uranus causing some aggression and rage. Vesta is the energy you really want to tap into. You can just, call on Vesta to calm yourself and take a deep breath and ask Vesta to shine her light for you to relax and bring in the peace and bring in the love and devotion. And the Sabian symbol for this anaretic 29 degrees of the Capricorn blue moon. I love this one. It is a woman reading tea leaves. And this is an ability to see the signature of hidden meaning in every occurrence, drawing one's attention. And this is a time to interpret the meaning of events or situations by reading tea leaves that has been used by priests of all ancient religions. And these tea leaf readings show the relation of everything to everything else. And this is very similar to dream interpretation. I love dream interpretation. I study dream psychology. And this is used in psychology to find meaning between your unconscious mind and your conscious mind. And tell me your dreams. Do you read your dreams? And I love this. Tea reading helps us perceive the facts of everyday existence and discover how they are related to the realm of archetypal wisdom. Just like we just had that whole ALGOL Star in the Medusa, which relates to head injuries, and then Trump gets a head injury, and this relates to and boy, the boy who tried to shoot Trump is kind of like Perseus. Perseus is so confused. Perseus is this young boy with a lot of family trauma who's confused, and then he goes and beheads Medusa. If you know the Perseus story, I unpacked the Perseus story in my previous ALGOL Star. But we can look to that story of Perseus and Medusa and see a similar archetypal thing happening with this young boy trying to slay Donald Trump. It's just like Perseus and Medusa, and it's just a bad situation, and it's all about trauma. And we can just see with the tea reading helping us perceive these everyday events having more of an ancestral archetypal quality or an archetypal wisdom, that we can glean some kind of meaning from our everyday events. And this tea reading is a kind of clairvoyance, the capacity to see in everything the signature of deeper realities. And clairvoyance is merely clear seeing. When you can see things clearly for what they are, then you are clairvoyant. And let me know if you are clairvoyant, or if you want to learn how to be clairvoyant. My great-grandmother, whose jade I wear, she's long gone now, but my great-grandmother was clairvoyant, and she would do tea readings and I Ching readings. And that's where I got so interested in doing I Ching readings, because my great-grandma was a medium, and she read tea leaves, and she did I Ching, and that is why, and she is my great-grandmother is my namesake Teresa, where I get the name Teresa Terry. So I just am really tapped in. I love this woman reading tea leaves. Maybe we should all spend the Capricorn Blue Moon with a nice cup of tea and then trying to interpret what those tea leaves mean. That could be a fun full moon ritual for you. And I thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.